Well, all the ingredients are here, aren't they? A very much informed lower league team.
Is this the chance? It is the chance, and it's the goal that they craved.
And scored through! David Bale puts his name up in lights and Wembley.
Which has been in chaos off the pitch, is in harmony on it.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Inside the Changing Room. Today we are joined by a man who started his career at Wolves, has also represented the likes of Walsall, Dagenham and Redbridge, Fylde, Salford, you name it. He's played for some decent teams, and of course now he plays for Kidderminster Harriers. Today we're joined by Ashley Hemmings. Ashley, how are you, mate?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, cheers, thank you, mate. And of course, as ever, I'm joined by James. How are you, mate?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. How are you? You all right?
I'm great, cheers, yeah. Right, let's take it from the beginning, Ashley. So, of course, having grown up in Lewisham, you obviously moved to Wolves right at the beginning of your youth career. I mean, how did that come about?
Yeah, well, obviously, I was born in London and grew up there for the first 6-7 years. And then I moved up to Wolverhampton with my mum. And then, I started playing football because my cousins, I used to see them playing football. So I thought, you know what, I'll get onto this. I really enjoy it. And then within, I'd say about a year or two, I got spotted by Wolves, and then it went from there.
Yeah, I mean, you progressed through the ranks at Wolves, and of course, in February 2009, age of 17, you did make that step towards professional football, signing your first contract for the club. I mean, signing your first contract with a big club like Wolves, I mean, that must have been a great achievement.
Yeah, it was amazing. The thing is, growing up, like obviously playing academy and everything, I just used to enjoy it, waking up like on Saturdays, Sundays, going to play football, training and that. And then it only hit me like when I got my scholarship that I'm really playing for a professional contract here. So obviously things got more serious. You have to sacrifice things and that. So once I signed that contract, obviously the feeling was amazing. Like obviously I've come through Wolves and, I want to be playing for them as well. So it was an amazing feeling.
I mean, like you said, that's a time that you would have looked back on fondly, I'm sure. I mean, playing for England under 17s as well. I mean, what's your recollection of that time?
Oh, it was great. Like there's no better feeling playing for your country. You're proud, friends, family, even the staff at Wolves, your football friends and everything, everyone's proud of you. So me like getting selected for that was just one thing, but putting on the England shirt, that's the next thing, and going out and playing with the best players in your age group. So like we had the Jack Rodwell, we had the John Bostock, we had I'm trying to think who else we had. Left back, we had I think he's dropped out. He was at Fulham. He made his debut as well when he was young. But there was loads of great players that went on and done great things as well.
Yeah, I mean, talking about John Bostock there. What he said, bit of a strange one, John, isn't it? Is that for ages and for years and years he was tipped like the best next thing. He was obviously at Palace. He went abroad. How did you remember your time with John, and what was he like in and around? Did you always tell like his talent?
He was a down to earth guy, and he made his football do the talking. Like once he had that ball at his feet, he was amazing. He's definitely one of the best players I've ever seen play football, and even to this day, I still think he should have made it. Well, he did make it. He did go on to sign for Tottenham and one of the youngest players ever to play for Palace. But like everyone knew, like obviously Barcelona coming through him, like Real Madrid and everything when he was young. And you look at that and you think, should he have made it even bigger than where he's at now?
Do you think that got to his head a little bit though, Ash? That the amount of it was kind of all those rumours at such a young age, all those massive clubs after him. Do you think he kind of felt, I don't really know how to deal with this sort of situation?
Yeah, I think that can get to you when you're a young age and you got people in your ear, like in friends and everything, like telling you like where you should go, what you should do. Like, yeah, of course it's hard, but I think with John, like obviously for me personally, I thought he should have just stayed at Palace for another couple of seasons and, got his experience up before going to Tottenham. Obviously, don't get me wrong, if Tottenham come calling, obviously you do want to sign for a Premier League team and everything. But I think it probably, going to Tottenham and not playing, he probably did lose a bit of confidence in himself. And, sometimes it's hard when you're trying to chase back to where where you belong and what you can do.
Yeah, let's go back up to you then, Ash. While you were at Wolves, you went on loan to Cheltenham. How vital was that you needed to go out and get some sort of experience at a young age?
Yeah, of course, it's very important. Going out, getting experience, playing against men, playing for real 3 points and everything. So yeah, it does help massively. I went there, met some great people, and everything. Played a game, and yeah, I enjoyed it. And it's like you gotta still think like you've got to go out there and play how you do. Like you can't get scared or anything like that because it's football. That's what it is. It's a contact sport, so you are gonna get, like, for my size anyway, people who are like 6 foot something obviously gonna make you feel like threatened. But no, you just gotta go out there and do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you made your senior debut against Millwall in League One. What was that like as an achievement? Obviously, the game ended in a defeat, but for yourself, what was that achievement like?
It was amazing. Like, my achievement was, to get onto that pitch and do what I can do, like what I believe in, and try to get on the ball and everything. But I think playing that first game, it gave me that say that forward thinking thing, where you don't get in academy football and everything. But it made me grow up a bit. It made me grow up way more and everything, and that. So I think that really did do me well.
Yeah, you only ended up playing the one game for Cheltenham in the end. What was the reason behind that?
I think I'm trying to think now. I don't know where there was. I can't remember where there was in the league, and I don't know if the manager wanted more experienced players playing because I think they had something to play for. So obviously it is, throwing me into it. It is like I've not got no experience with first team football, so it's a bit hard. But just being there and around it, like that game, I gained a lot of experience from it. So obviously I do always thank Cheltenham, for that.
Was that not frustrating, though, Ash? Because obviously you're coming from a big club like Wolves, and generally when you're sent out on loan to go and get game time. You've then obviously gone to Cheltenham. You've not got the game time that you wanted. Was it frustrating, or was it a case that it was a different kind of experience and you just took that experience on board? Yeah,
of course it's frustrating. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Like still to this day, say if I didn't play, I'd still be frustrated because that's what every footballer wants to do. They want to be on that pitch, doing the best they can. But I think as a young age, I try to focus on the experience of it all, being around older players and games like that. So because I already had I used to train with the first team at Wolves most of the time, so I already had that kind of experience. I think it was just getting away from Wolves and knowing what 3 points felt like.
I mean, yeah, after you had that first taste of senior football, you then went back to Wolves and actually made your first appearance against Barnsley in the April of that year, 2009. I mean, that was a game you clinched a championship title. I mean, what was your recollection of that brilliant day?
It's a day that I'll take to the grave with me. To make my debut in a game like that, knowing, that if we win or draw, we've got the title. So when I got called upon, the nerves were all over the place. And that, but as soon as I got on the pitch, had my first touch and everything, all that went, and I just felt comfortable. I was playing with players that I've trained with for the whole year and everything. So, and they made me feel welcome and everything. So I really enjoyed it. It was an amazing day, and they deserved it as well. So it was a great game to play in.
I mean, it's a great achievement for the club, but also for yourself. When you've trained around these players for a while, and obviously you might not have had things the way you wanted it at Cheltenham, to then come out and on that game, obviously celebrate with the rest of the team. I mean, that must have felt like a real reward at the time, surely.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. Like, going away on loan and then coming back. Like, I didn't really think I was going to play, but obviously I got selected to travel, like with Danny Bath and Kyle Bennett. So you sit in, like, you go to the hotel and you just chilling. You have your food, and then the next day, like pre-match, the gaffer reads out who's playing and then who's on the bench, and then when your name gets called up or then you're on the bench, you just can't stop smiling. Like, it's a feeling that you just can't describe.
Do you have any stories that you can tell on the podcast about the celebrations following that game?
You know what? I don't. Well, I was too young then. I was 18 then, actually, so I could have drank, but I didn't. But yeah, I think just got back into the changing room. Champagne was getting popped and everything. Everyone was like, celebrating. And then we got back on the coach, but the real celebration was the week after, when our last game at Molyneux. That's when the party really started.
I mean, that was another game you featured in as well, wasn't it, against Doncaster?
Yeah. That's another one. I come on for the last, I think, couple of minutes and everything. I can't even remember if I had touched the ball. I think I was just sprinting around. But it felt good because being back in Wolverhampton, and you got like all the Wolverhampton fans and everyone cheering. Like, he's one of our own. Like, it's just so amazing. And my mum was there, my auntie, my uncle. So it was it was great for them to see me, come where I've been from, and finally made it.
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, yeah. Fast forwards to October 2010, you went on a month's loan to Torquay United. I mean, they were a League Two outfit at the time. I imagine that was in pursuit of game time, but I mean, what was it about Torquay that attracted you to the club?
You know what? I didn't really know too much about them before I went, but once I got down there, and got to know everyone and how they was talking about the club and everything. They made me feel welcome, and it was a nice team to go to. Get more game time, because I was playing I wasn't playing first team. I was playing reserves, and the manager actually said to me, like, you've played reserves since you was like 16, so it's time, to go and get more first team action. So I'm thank Torquay for taking me on. Like, played more games than I did at Cheltenham and gained way more experience.
I mean, yeah, your time at Torquay started well. You set up the winning goal for Billy Key when you won against Walsall in the FA Cup. I mean, yeah, how do you remember your time at Torquay as a whole?
It was a kind of a strange one as well, because obviously being so far away as well, like, I had no one around, so like I didn't really go home as much. I kept myself kind to myself because people didn't really know me. But it was just one of them ones where I just felt like I was going there just to play, and and that was it. Like, I didn't really do much while I was there. Just stay, like, train, go back to where I was staying, play again, go back to where I was staying. So it was a strange one, but I did enjoy it.
I mean, yeah, how tough is it as a very young player like that, obviously moving on loan, but like away from your family for a prolonged period of time?
Yeah, it is. It really is strange, because obviously I've been at home since, like, and been with, like, family since, like, young. I've never been away from them. So when that does happen, like, it is strange, because I'm a family person. So you just got to get used to it. And it does really make you grow up as well. Like, cleaning your stuff, making your own food. So it does help, but it was just a strange one from, being so far away from people that, that I've been with for the whole of my life.
Yeah, as a result, you moved on loan. You speak about being away, Ash. You moved the furthest you could possibly move when you went to Plymouth in January 2012. But you did start with a bang, though. You scored on your debut for them against Northampton. Some of your time at Plymouth, and did that help you that you started off with a bang straight away to obviously please the fans as well, didn't you? So
Yeah, definitely. Of course, I think my first game, I went there and made a statement of what I can do. There wasn't really in a great place as well. So, I thought I need to put my all into this and help them get through where they are. And it was a great debut and that. So I was very pleased.
I mean, yeah, your loan spell was soon extended with Plymouth. What would you pick out as your highlight during your time there at the football club?
It's got to be my goal against Bristol Rovers. We was 2-0 down at half time, and we could hear the fans they was disappointed as always, not as always, but obviously being 2 down and everything. But at half time, I think we all just got together and said, you know what, we've got nothing to lose here. Let's go out and let's show them. And then within that 45, we've come back and scored 3, and I scored the winning goal, which was amazing, and fans going wild, got the 3 points, and that helped us push on as well, because after that we kind of got out where we was.
Yeah, I mean, talk about Plymouth. Obviously, the season was ended earlier this week, and they were confirmed promotion back to League One. They're a big football club, aren't they, Ash?
Yeah, they're a massive club. I was surprised, to be honest. Like when I first went down there and saw the stadium, and then the first game, the fans how there's chanting the whole game. They do deserve to be back up where they are. Definitely win championship and that as well. So I'm hoping to do push on from League One now for next season. But they really do deserve it, and yeah, it's a massive club, which I didn't know of, and I'd always be happy that I've been there and I done what I had to do and helped them out.
Yeah, after your contract expired in 2012 with Wolves, your next club was permanently this time with Walsall, League One Walsall. Was there any other interest apart from Walsall, and what was it about Walsall that convinced you to sign?
There was other interest. I met a few other clubs as well, but I think with Walsall, not that it was just closer to home, it was more of a kind of a family club, and and that spoke to Dean Smith and Richard O'Kelly, and they told me obviously they've been watching me last season and everything, so I was kind of impressed with that. They kind of told me what they wanted to do and where I was going to play, so they kind of made sold me the club and everything, so I was really happy signing there.
I mean, yeah, that first season with Walsall, you made 34 appearances. That was your first sort of prolonged time at a permanent club, if you get what I mean. How would you sum up that first season?
First season, really good. We had good players. We had the Will Grigg, Jamie Patterson, Andy Fabian Brandy, and the 2 Chamber brothers. We all just we was a big family. Everyone got on with everyone. Everyone worked hard for everyone. Dean Smith, Richard O'Kelly, they wanted the best for us. We got the ball down, played, and it's another one where we could have pushed for playoffs, just missed out and everything. So I was just buzzing like that. It was my first year playing football week in, week out, and with a team that I'm signed to permanently. Was
it good to have that sort of that calmness to it, that sort of sense of mind that you could play there and you knew that your time at the club was secured? Yeah,
of course. Definitely. Obviously, I think it was obviously the security of having 2 years as well. Knowing obviously I've got 2 years here to show what I can do and everything. And obviously, if I do drop off or not playing at one day, I can work myself back into the team within a few games, or not even the season after. But I really think that was mainly it. Knowing that I was secure and playing.
I mean, yeah, that season the team did finish 9th, and like you were just saying there, full of talent. You look at Will Grigg, Sam Johnstone. I mean, Romain Sawyers, all players which have gone on and played at really high levels. I mean, could you tell at the time that these were players that were full of potential?
Yeah, of course, definitely, 100%. I knew, Romain Sawyers, like I've known Romain since like young, like we used to play against West Brom Academy, and you always could tell like he was different, like he wasn't that normal English footballer. He was like, he had something else about him, which like everyone's only kind of not finding out now. Well, the last 2-3 years, everyone's kind of find out like he's a special player, and that's why I think West Brom had to go back and get him. But Will Grigg, goal scorer, like he was doing it week in, week out. Yeah, Jamie Patterson, who used to take on everyone, assist goals, and Fabian Brandy, like the name speaks for itself, to be honest. Like, that man you
did. And I remember him at Gills.
And yeah, he was another one where if he was smaller than me, no one could catch him. Like, he was just, he was actually like unbelievable. And we had a great squad, and that's what it was. I think that's what pushed us through that season.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the players, the management as well. Dean Smith, he's gone on and obviously Premier League of Aston Villa. What was it from your time playing under him, which you could really tell that sort of lent him to being able to manage at higher levels?
It's just he was so honest with who he is and what he wanted, and that's so. If he wasn't doing that, he'd let you know, and I think that's what a lot of players liked. They respected him, and that's why I think it's took him like, you know, straight to the Prem, because I think every team that he's been at now, he's done what's been, you know, obviously his time at Brentford as well, was it? Like, he done great there as well. So I think he definitely deserved the job at Villa, and he's doing a great job with Villa as well. Obviously, it's the Premier League, and it's the hardest league in the world, but he's still doing a great job from where he's came from.
I mean, yeah, that seems to have been sort of a common theme with the players that we have interviewed so far, is that whenever there's been success, it's been under a manager which has been brilliant at man management. I mean, like you said there, would you say that was the same with Dean Smith? He was someone that was really approachable as well?
Yeah, of course. He always, like, if you had, you know, a problem or wanted to speak to him, his door was always open. He'd always have the time to talk to you. Like, you get some managers who don't really, you know, speak to their players and only speak to certain players as well. But with Dean Smith, you know, he was just open. Like, you know, if you wanted to talk to him, you know, you could go and talk to him. It was comfortable like that.
Yeah, I mean, that season afterwards where he then made a loan to Burton Albion, they were managed by Gary Rowett, obviously another great number. I mean, you've been lucky with the players, with the managers. Yeah, how did that move come about?
I think I wasn't playing much at Walsall at the time, and I said, like, I need to be playing. Like, Dean Smith, well, I think I was supposed to go in earlier on loan, but he told me to keep working and keep, you know, my time will come. But I think it just went on a bit longer than I expected, so I was just like, I need to, you know, go and play. Like, I can't be playing like reserves, because obviously you get some players that don't put it all in and it's just a game to them. But yeah, that come along, my agent sorted that out, and yeah, it was good from, you know, as soon as I got there. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, your loan at Burton, it extended a little bit. Obviously, throughout the season, went into playoffs as well, where Burton we lost in the finals at Fleetwood, of course. Sum up your time at Burton a little bit, Ash, and sum up those playoffs as well.
It's another one as well. Good team, good staff. We was training at where England trained, St George's, so wow. It was. I enjoyed that every day when we used to go there, because the services were amazing. Like, so, but yeah, it was another team that I went into where they were doing great. You know, adding me into it as well. I always appreciate that, because obviously you probably, you know, wanted someone else to come in to give that extra push, and I'm happy I was, like, you know, involved with everything, and, you know, got to the playoff finals with them And then, like I said, it's unlucky like they didn't win, but they've proved themselves that they can do it.
Yeah, I mean, you were ultimately released by Walsall in that May 2014, where you spent some time training with Dagenham, and then you obviously then signed the 1-year contract. How accommodating were Dagenham after that release from Walsall?
I think it was a couple of weeks, and then they got spoke to my agent and everything, and then I went down there for a week training. It was really good. Really enjoyed it. But then my agent told me like obviously there's other teams that are interested as well, so I thought I'd give it a bit of more of a wait and everything. And they went on a little pre-season tour, and they wanted me to go, but because there was other teams involved and like sniffing, like I just said, I'm gonna wait till I know what's really happening before doing that. So when they came back, there was still phoning and messaging my agent asking me like he's gonna come back down and everything. And I told my agent like I don't want to be waiting for the last minute because they got a team here that really want me. Like obviously I've already told them that I didn't want to go on tour with them, but they still asking me back. So I can see this team really want me. So I thought let's make it happen, and went down there, played a couple games in pre-season, and then the manager said like, yeah, we'd like to sign you. So, and I was like, happy with that, and I was like, tell my agent, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, at the very beginning of your Dagenham career, you made a flying start in a 6-6 draw in the League Cup tie with Brentford. You scored twice and you provided 1 assist. To this day, it's still the joint highest scoring tie in the League Cup. Yeah, sum that game up.
It was one of the games that I'll never forget. Two teams just going straight at it, attacking. Fans were buzzing. We're buzzing that we're coming up against a championship team and scoring 6 goals. So it was a bit of a madness. But after the game, it was all smiles and laughter because the gaffer was like, he was happy with us because he saw how much we wanted it and put all that hard work into it. So, no one didn't walk away with that game like, pissed off or anything, like, because we wasn't really, it's, the team to win, but we still put in the hard work and made them work hard for it as well. So it was just good that we showed them that what we can do.
I mean, yeah, you then scored your first league goal of the season in a 3-3 draw with Oxford, but soon after you sort of switched to a more defensive role in the team, if I believe. I mean, what was that like?
Our left back got injured, so I don't know if the gaffer wanted to bring someone in, but I just let him know, like, if you need someone to fill into that position, I don't mind. I've played left back before, like, in academy days and everything, and I felt comfortable there. So tried me out in training, and he was buzzing with how comfortable I was in that position. So played my first game, I forgot who it was against, but yeah, played good and everything. So he was happy with me like playing there until like he could get a player in, or our player who was injured come back fit.
I mean, yeah, obviously you ply your trade as a forwards player on the wing, but growing up, I mean, at youth level and ever since, have you ever thought of yourself as being able to play permanently in any other positions?
I've always said when my legs, like, start to not run as fast, I don't mind dropping into left back position. So yeah, like,
who wants to be a left back, Ash?
I know, but yeah, when the time comes, I wouldn't mind, dropping back, playing left back, and we'll see how it goes on from there.
Yeah. I mean, talking about Dagenham again, eventually in May 2016, your time at Dagenham did come to an end as the club were relegated to the National League. I mean, that must have been hard to take.
Yeah, it really was. It was a hard year for us because the year before we had a great team, and a couple of them went. So we didn't really, fill them positions in. So it was just a season where we were just chasing and chasing and chasing. Obviously, boys are getting angry. Everyone was a bit, didn't know if they was fully at it. So it was a hard one, but it happens. in football. So you just got to keep your chin up and got to keep going.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, you did keep going. June 2016, you signed for Mansfield. I mean, yeah, how did that come about? What sort of talks took place then?
Straight away, that one. I think that one come up as soon as the season finished. Mansfield manager just got in touch with my agent and said, "Oh, we want to show him around the training ground, the stadium, and everything. Would he be up for it?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I would." Like, obviously, Dagenham did offer me another year to stay with them, but I wanted to stay in the league at the time. So yeah, I went up there, spoke to Adam Murray and Carl Hawley, and like, you know, they were talking really good like about me, what they've seen and what I can do. So I was really happy like to join there, and yeah, it just went on from there.
I mean, yeah, Mansfield. Mansfield. They're a team which are well funded. They've had some really great players in these previous years. I mean, what was sort of the expectations that were laid out to you when you joined?
Yeah, he wanted me, like, obviously he wanted me playing. He wanted the team pushing for promotion. Like that was their main focus. Obviously, like, again, it was another season where it was up and down. But yeah, I think the last couple of years that they've been there, I think they've got into the playoffs and everything, but they've never been able to just, you know, get over the line. And hopefully one day that happens, like, you know, they get promoted.
Yeah, I mean, you actually scored your first goal against Plymouth in the FA Cup. I'm sure they love you, didn't they? Tell us about that day.
Yeah, obviously I always like going up against like old clubs that I've been at and everything. But yeah, like, it was a goal that come from a counter attack, like from our keeper, and yeah, I was at the back stick and like on the half volley, I've just hit the top corner, and I love scoring goals. Like, every time I score a goal, it's exactly the same feeling. Like, you're excited and like the feeling is just amazing. But yeah, I didn't get no stick from their fans, so I really appreciate that. So
yeah, I mean, you only lasted a year at Mansfield. You only lasted a year at Mansfield. How comes?
Adam Murray was there, and then halfway through the season, new manager came in, Steve Evans, and it's a bit of a weird one where spoke to me, like, obviously he did actually say he's going to bring his own players in when January comes, but
right.
Yeah, I went and spoke to him and I told him, like, he started me playing at first. I was playing week in, week out, and then as soon as January come, he got some more players in. And I told him, like, if I'm not going to play, I'd like to go out on loan. But he told me, like, that I'm still involved. He wants me playing and that. But I think it was the final days of the January transfer, and then he told me, like, yeah, you can go on loan. And I was thinking, yeah, it's a bit too late now. Like, I think there was a club that wanted to take me on loan, but I think they got someone else in now. So it was kind of difficult, and I had to stay there. And my game, I think I only played like 45 minutes in the second half of the season, which, you know, it does hit you. Like, you do lose confidence and everything. But like I just said, it happens in football. You just got to stay strong and just, you know, keep a strong mentality.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, you joined Boston. Boston United that summer. Tell us how that move come about.
Like, obviously not playing that many games in the second half season. Obviously, managers don't really, you know, your name doesn't really come at the top of the list, and people don't really remember you. So, like, obviously, I had a phone call off Adam Murray, who was at Mansfield, and told me, like, just come here. Just, you know, get your confidence and everything back up, and, you know, use it as a stepping stone. You never know what can happen in 3-6 months, a year. So, and I thought, you know what, if I got to do that, I got to do it. And, you know, I don't take it, I'd never take it back that I joined there. I think it was a very good decision from me and him, and it did actually do me wonders.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like a good decision when it turns out you were top goal scorer that season and you were player of the season. I mean, What was it about the setup at Boston which really brought the best out of you?
I think it was just, you know, another team that, you know, at the start of the season, up and down and everything. So it was a bit of a hard, like it's different to league football, not that much different, but it's more erratic and up and down. But I think once you get, you know, the idea of it, that's when I came to my best, to be honest. When I started, you know, getting used to the league, and like it's another family club, you know, nice fan base, good players, and staff were amazing with me as well. So I felt comfortable knowing that people were there who believed in me.
I mean, yeah. Do you have any stories or any particular highlights from your time at Boston?
Oh God, I'm trying to think. Well, the journey there was that's one freaking story. It was so long coming from Wolverhampton all the way there. It's like about nearly 3 hours. But no, I think not many stories because it was part-time, so you don't really see many people like around and everything. But we did go out one pre-season and things got a bit heated. I think it was the people from Boston, from another team from Boston, and it kind of like, you know, went off. But, you know, after, you know, a couple of drinks, I think everyone just started to calm down and everything just went back to normal. But yeah, it's just one of them places, Boston, so far out, and like not many people know things about there. So it was a different kind of setup.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you then signed for Salford City in the summer of 2018. I mean, how did that come about?
So I was with my agent and we were at a club, and then he walked out because he had a phone call, and then he come back in, and then the team that I was talking to, like their manager walked out, and he was just like, "Oh, I've just had Gary Neville on the phone, and he's asked where you know, what you're doing next season." Obviously, they're interested and then want you to sign. And it hit me like I was thinking, "Oh my God, Gary Neville, like, Manchester United, England player." I said, drop everything. I want to sign there now.
Yeah.
So like I think there was talks going on for the next week, and then agent phoned me and said, "Oh, make sure you're ready tomorrow. We're going up to Salford to sign." And I was just like, wow. So it was just an amazing feeling, you know, to just you know, sign on the dotted line and, you know, start there.
Yeah, I mean that's high praise when you got Gary Neville. You know?
I know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, what are your thoughts on Salford? Because obviously they're a club which has seen real progression, real investment in the past few seasons, and they're really going places, aren't they?
Yeah, I knew it was a team that wanted to push on. You know, they wanted to get into the league. Obviously, I really wanted to, you know, stay there and, you know, help them get there. But obviously, time got cut short, where, you know, I was a bit pissed off. But that happens. Like, you just gotta keep your head up. But yeah, I'm happy. I've been on the books. Obviously, not for long. But when you got the likes of Gary Neville, Scholes, Ryan Giggs, Nicky Butt, Beckham, and everyone who's, you know, who's got their hands in the club, like obviously you want to be there. Like you're working for, you know, players that have been there, been greats at Manchester United and other clubs, and played for England and other international clubs. So it's just one of them ones where, you know, I had to leave early and go and carry on with my journey.
I mean, yes, Salford, like you said, obviously investment from some footballing legends. Did you have much interaction with them, or were they purely just financial investors?
We saw Gary Neville a couple of times. Saw Phil Neville. Phil Neville was, I think he was getting his fitness up, training with, like, you know, the kids and that. But yeah, I saw a couple of them around, which is nice and everything. But yeah, I think if I probably stayed there longer, I would have probably, you know, interacted with them a bit more. But yeah, it's just one of those ones.
Yeah, I mean, like you alluded to there, your stay at Salford only lasted 2 months. I mean, that must have been a bit of a frustrating time, really.
Yeah, it was frustrating because obviously I was, you know, getting comfortable and getting ready for the season. Like, I was ready to go, you know. But yeah, the manager let me know the situation. Like, obviously he couldn't give me game time at the time, and Fayed came in for me. So, like, you know, I was honest. I was like happy that he was honest with me. You know, you get some managers who aren't, and then you're just sitting there and not doing anything. But yeah, he was honest, which like, you know, I had to take on the chin. Obviously pissed off because obviously I want to play, but I had to go and carry on with my journey. I don't want to really sit down and not do anything.
Yeah, you moved to AFC Fylde in that July. How did that move come about?
Yeah, like we played Woking in a pre-season friendly, and before the game, obviously he's named the starting lineup and the bench, and I wasn't on there, so I was thinking, oh, what's going on here? So he just said, I've gone outside, and then he's come out and he's just said, just to let you know, on the way down, like Gary Neville like phoned me and let me know that Fylde were interested in you. And then he was just told me, like, obviously I can't really give you any playing time at the moment because there's many players in your position and this and that. So he basically said it's up to you what I want to do. But getting told that, obviously, it's basically saying like it's up to you, but they don't want me there really, because if they really wanted me there, they would have said no. Like I want him here. So, you know, you just gotta take it on the chin and just, you know, keep going. And yeah, went up to Fylde, and I was surprised again. Like I didn't realise how, you know, big of a club this was. Like the stadium's amazing and everything. They got the training pitches and everything. So it was a good club that I moved to. So I was really happy with that.
Yeah, however, you moved on loan to Altrincham in December. Ash, was it a frustrating time for yourself for those 6 months that obviously at Salford and then at Fylde that you'd never really kind of settled at either of those clubs?
Yeah, it really was. Like I've told people this, like family members, friends, like it was really a very frustrating 6 months, right? Yeah. From going from Salford to Fylde, and then yeah, like I felt like I just got thrown in. No one really to talk to, didn't really know my place, nothing like that. So manager wasn't really the easiest person to talk to, and everything felt new. It felt strange, and I just felt like I was like, you know, the odd one out. Like everyone had their little cliques and everything, so it was weird and that. But obviously, I trained like all the time, like gave it my all. But it just one of them ones where it just wasn't meant to be. So yeah, like I just had to just keep my head down and just do what I had to do.
Yeah, you did. I mean, you joined your current club, Kidderminster, in 2019. How did that move come about? So
Kiddy came in for me in pre-season, I think it was, and then like I really felt I was gonna play for Fylde because I had a good pre-season. I was playing left back as well. That's the thing, and a lot of the boys were like saying like, "Oh, you really do look well there, and I'd like to have you playing beside me because you do bring a lot to the team." But once again, Gaffer was like, I've brought in a new player who plays left back, and obviously he's gonna play because, you know, he's I've brought him in, and if he doesn't play, it just makes me look stupid. Which where I was like, it's not really fair. I think, you know, if someone's doing it better than whoever, if you brought someone in or someone's been here for thingy, you know, you got to respect and let that person play. Yeah. So I had a little bit of a disagreement, and yeah, I just felt, yeah, my time is here. It has to, you know, it's time up now. So I went back out on loan to Altrincham, but there was still talk about, you know, Kidderminster wanting me. And then I think it was halfway through, I think the month that I was at Altrincham, like Kiddy wanted me, and I thought, you know what, I feel like I need a new journey, a new chapter. So signed there, and I've been happy since. I've fell back in love with football.
Yeah, I mean, now you've joined Kidderminster. How would you sum up your season so far?
Season, like obviously I joined, I think it was in late October, November, and once again, it's a team where there's a lot of young players and everything, so it was hard to kind of find that balance and that. But we kept, the young players put their all in, and couldn't 1 second say anything bad about them. Like, obviously it was a season of up and downs. Like, we finished 15th in the league, but yeah, with the pandemic, it was a strange one where we had to end the season. But I felt like we was finding our flow and everything. So, but now we're just getting our heads down and getting ready for the next season when it comes.
Yeah, like you said, obviously there's been the pandemic around for a while now. We've been in lockdown. As a player, how have you found that, keeping yourself fit, obviously keeping yourself mentally healthy as well?
Yeah, it's a strange one. Obviously, this has never ever happened in my lifetime. So yeah, like, you got to keep yourself ticking over, like doing like runs and like different circuits and that. But yeah, like it's just one of those ones where you just gotta, like, I enjoying the time with my family and everything. Like, you don't really get that much time with your family, so it's good seeing like everyone about. But on the other hand, like, obviously I do want to go back to football. I can't wait to get going again. I
mean, yeah, and that just about rounds things off in terms of your career. You've played for some great clubs and you've played with great players. Now, this is the point in the podcast where we ask every guest to select their six-a-side team. I asked you earlier to have a think. Yeah, let's start in goal. Who would you like to put in goal?
For me, I think it has to be. It was a hard pick. It was either Carl Darlow or Sam Johnston, and I think I'm gonna go with Sam. Like, he come on loan and he was amazing. Like, you just could tell, like, that he's United player and everything, and he just done wonders. Really did.
I mean, yeah, of course, moving into defence now.
For me, it's going to be a player that I grew up with since under 12s and everything, and it's going to be Danny Bath. Strong player. Like, he just does his job as a defender, heads, tackles, gets the ball and just passes it. So definitely I'd have Danny Bath as my defender.
Yeah, natural leader as well, would you say?
Yeah, very. Like, since a young age, he's always been a leader. Like, he always used to put us in our place. He was like, the tall, big one. Everyone used to listen to him. So yeah, he's definitely a born leader.
And obviously, moving on, who else would you like to select?
I'm trying to think now. Who else could I put in?
What formation are you going to go with, Ash?
I think I'm going to go. Was it six-a-side? So I've chose two. So 4 more. I'll go with 2 midfielders now, and I'm going to go with Romain Sawyers and Andre Boucard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 2 players that are, when the ball at their feet, like, it's just magic. Like, the 2 players that I've actually been on the pitch with, and I've like stood in this position just to watch them, and I think, nah, they are different. They are different.
Yeah, 2 more.
I'm gonna go with Kyle Bennett, just in front of another player that I've grown up with. I think at one age when we were signing our scholarship, everyone wanted him. Even from Man United, Chelsea, all the clubs around the country wanted him. Like, our academy director kept phoning his phone, I think, like, because he didn't think he was going to turn up. Oh. And that, but when he walked through the door, everyone was happy and everything. So, and the things that I've seen him do, it's just amazing from a young age and still to this day. And then up top, I'm going to have, there's been loads of players that I've played with up top that have done really well, but one that I've really enjoyed watching is Jamie Currington.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, goal machine.
He's still playing now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's still playing now. He's like, what, 41, 42, and he's still scoring goals.
Doing well.
I know, he really is. He made me like think about, like, when you have to look after yourself, body wise, mentally wise. Like, and he was the most experienced player that I've come across who's gave me great information about football, about life and everything. So, And what he's done on the pitch still, when I was at Dagenham, like he was the oldest player on the pitch and still moving like he's one of the youngers. So, yeah, he's definitely got to be up top.
Well, there we have it. Great clubs, great career, great teammates.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us, Ash.
It's fun. Appreciate asking me. Really do.
Of course, for everybody watching, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got Instagram, we've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Don't forget to follow all of those. And you've been watching Inside the Changing Room.
Cheers.